What can you advise to other filmmakers on a technique of filming calls? I don't know what the laws are, especially in your state, but...
Yeah, so you hit the nail on the head. Whether you can record a call varies from state to state. Some states are single party, some are dual party. Dual party meaning that you have to say, if I'm in New York and you're in California, I have to say, I'm recording this call, are you okay with that? And they have to say yes. If it's a single party consent state, then you don't have to tell them, because one party is consenting, the person calling.
Interesting. Okay, so within your state, it's a single party?
Well, it depends. It literally depends on what state you're calling from and into. But it actually gets interesting in the digital age, because you could be calling, let's say you think you're calling a call center in Wisconsin, which is single party consent, I believe. That call could actually be routed to a call center in Florida where you need permission from both parties. So you have to, hey, how's the weather out in Wisconsin? Oh, I'm actually out in Florida. And you're like, green light. So you have to understand the law, because it's important. I mean, if you get something good and then you can't use it, what's the point? And there's other things too, where I was calling federal agencies, and there's definitely some gray area. I'm recording this call. Just say it, and then they don't hang up. There's definitely some sensitivities, but I think for things like that, I think there's an advantage of people having this information. So you do the best job you can to make sure everything is fine, because at some point in time the lawyers have to review everything and make sure they're comfortable with it.
Well, it seems like with most customer service calls, they always disclose, we may be for training purposes, which they seem to conveniently forget many times when they should have been recording it. So did you watch other documentaries like Michael Moore or Kirby Dick and people that do similar things, and it's very powerful just as it is in your film? Yeah,
like I've watched a ton of them just for fun. Like over the years, I've always been a fan of documentaries. So I've seen a lot of them, and I think that I guess that helps. But it's this is kind of like an esoteric topic, and it doesn't really make sense, and that's why having the name Stink, it's like a sense. I think people are like, what is that? I think it's kind of a hard story, because there's so many moving parts in legislation and regulation and people. It's just not language that people are typically discussing on a daily basis. It's kind of off the radar.